This is Russ, and we're back out on the road again. Yeah. What am I riding today? This is the Engwe L20 2.0. Yeah, this is the new version of the L20. I never had the old version of the L20. But the new version is a folding bike version. Does 28 miles an hour if you pedal it, 20 miles an hour if you throttle it. So I'm testing out a different GoPro chest mount. Yeah, I bought a new chest mount because I don't know what it was with the old one. The old one was not a GoPro mount, it was just a generic thing. But it always seemed like the angle was such that all you'd ever see is the handlebars and you wouldn't see any of the forward-facing view. You know, this new chest mount from GoPro, it's not new, it's new for me. It's a lot higher up on my chest than the other one. So I suppose, okay, this one's, she's letting me go, or he's letting me go. I suppose that would mean that, let me go past this garbage truck here. I would suppose that would mean that you probably will not see as much as the handlebar. But the reason I wanted to take this bike out to test it out is because this is a folding bike. And as you know, here, let me go down and show you. Folding bikes have very long stems, right? So they stand way up, and so they always get in the way. I'm gonna position this thing as I probably normally would on my chest. We'll see if you actually even see it at all at this point. See, the thing is, I can't tell. I won't know until I look at the footage when I get home. Because the monitor, of course, is actually facing my chest. There's no way for me to see it. So I can't tell at all. And so, so I've got to do some footage first just to check it out. So I figured I'd take you guys along with me. And we talk about some other things too. Now, you might know from maybe one of my other videos, I've been having audio problems too. Now, a lot of people always said that, you know, your audio always sounds so good. Yeah, usually it does. But lately, I'll do an entire video and there's no audio. That forces me to use the GoPro audio, and you know how bad that sounds like. And that actually has to be equalized just so that it becomes semi-acceptable for you to hear it. Yeah, otherwise it's really too bassy and all the wind noise and all sorts of stuff, and it's just muffled, and that's terrible. So I kept thinking, is it a bad cable? One time it was a bad cable. Is it the microphone going? I don't think it's the microphone. It could be a bad transformer. I do have one that's a bad transformer, so I can't use that transformer anymore. These lavalier mics that I have that's attached to my helmet needs phantom powering, and so you need a transformer first, and then that goes into my audio recorder, which supplies the phantom power that supplies the power for the transformer. Yeah, it's a whole long process. And then the audio recorder is kind of big too. It's the Zoom what is it, H4n. So that's strapped to the side of my body on a belt system. So yeah, just to do this is a lot of stuff. Now, I kept thinking about it, and I said, you know, what if I went wireless? What if I just got a wireless microphone? So I started investigating them, and I know a lot of the YouTubers use them. The one I'm looking at is the DJI Mic 2, is what it's called. And if you have one of those, yeah, let me know. Let me know what you think. The only thing is, when I listen to the audio quality of that and then the audio quality of a standard mic, it doesn't sound the same. Yeah, it sounds, I don't know, it sounds a little thin to me, and the clarity is not there, which is typical of some of these less expensive wireless microphones. Not that this is cheap or anything, it's just that You know, if you want really expensive stuff, you know, you buy some really expensive Shure or something or other, or something, right? The microphone I'm using now is made by Shure. And so I kept thinking, you know, it's going to suffer in the overall tonality of the thing. Let's turn here. I'm just going to turn around. But the nice thing about that microphone is you could transmit it to the transmitter, or transmit it to the receiver, and then record it on your phone, which of course I don't want to do that either, because I don't want to hook something hanging off the edge of my phone. I want to use my phone for GPS and other things, right? Or just don't transmit it. Yeah, I found out that this mic actually has a recorder chip built into the microphone. Yeah, it's like a little square thing. So it's got essentially a recorder that could record backup audio. So you could either transmit it out or you just use that. I'm thinking, let's just use that. Now you might think, well, then it's not really recording directly onto your GoPro. Well, neither is the way I'm doing it now. I actually have a separate audio recorder, then I sync it together by using software that'll sync the audio together from an external source to the actual camera's audio. So what's happening right now is the GoPro records the audio on its lousy microphone, and then the lavalier mic that's clipped onto my helmet is being recorded onto an external audio recorder, and then the two are synced together through software. I could actually do the same thing with that microphone using the audio recorder built into the mic itself. In other words, don't transmit, just record it there. So it's recording there, and it's also recording on the GoPro mic, and then sync it together the way I've been doing it for all these years. There's no reason I can't do that. Then I don't have to carry the audio recorder. Then it's just a little box that's like this big. The only thing is that thing's always kind of ugly looking. It's got like a big dead cat filter on it, if you know what that is. It's like a fuzzy looking gray looking furry looking thing. It's an ugly looking thing. And then I kept thinking, where would I put this? I mean, on the lavalier mic, I have that clipped to the to my helmet, to the visor of my helmet. Yeah, I think that lady should have waited until I went. You gotta watch out for these people. Anyway, where would I clip this? If I clip it to the helmet, it's really huge. Wouldn't it probably pull down the thing too? The thing's heavy, and the brim of the visor is not strong enough to hold it up. Other people clip it to their shirt. I guess that's okay too. But as you turn your head from left to right, then of course you lose a little bit in terms of volume level. So I have to keep my head pretty much in the same position if I want to keep the volumes the same. See, and the thing is with the thing clipped to my helmet, I can move my head all over the place, which I'm doing right now. I'm looking left and right. It still sounds exactly the same to you because it's still in the same relative position all the time. So these are some of the things that I go through. These are the mental gymnastics I go through trying to decide on equipment. So anyway, let's say I go ahead and I get this audio recorder slash transmitter receiver. You can get one or you can get two. Yeah, it comes in a 2-pack or a 1-pack. That's just me, I could just do one, but I keep thinking, well, what if I wanted to do an interview with somebody? Having 2 mics would be kind of nice. It's about $100 more. So we're looking at roughly $349 to $399, depending on where you buy it at, for the 2-mic system. Otherwise, like $249, $219 to $249, something like that for the single mic version. The cheapskate in me wants to buy just the 1 mic, but then the looking forward part of me says, well, if you do that, then you're stuck with only 1 mic. And then if you ever had 2 people on the camera, you wouldn't be able to do it. It's true. And then the other part of me says, okay, let's say I wanted to transmit it to the GoPro so I don't have to worry about syncing it together, because it's kind of a hassle, because GoPro splits up your file into multiple files. It's not just one continuous long video file. You have to actually connect it all up in software in your editing. But if you changed out the audio and used the transmitted audio, then you don't have to do any syncing. You just connect the files together and you're ready to go. But if you want to hook it up directly to your GoPro, then you got to get this thing called a media mod, and that thing's not that great. A lot of people don't like it. It's kind of a hassle, and it's kind of iffy, and but that's the only way you can hook up an external recorder to your GoPro, and it makes the GoPro bigger. So now this thing's gonna be bigger and heavier on my chest. So you can't win. No matter what you do, you can't win. And that thing's not that expensive. It's like $79, but yeah. Not thrilled with the options. The other thing is just don't use a GoPro, use another camera. Now, the thing is, it just keeps adding up more money. It's like changing the entire system out. The camera's been doing okay. I have a GoPro Hero 10. I think they're currently on 12 right now. And then eventually 13 will be coming out this year. Yeah, I never upgraded past the 10 because I don't really see the need to do so. It still does what we need it to do. So I just maintain using the Hero 10. I mean, you might get a little more resolution out of the bigger one, but hey, I don't notice any major difference. I mean, we're already shooting in 4K. We're giving you 4K video now out of the Hero 10. I figure that's good enough. It looks pretty good. I mean, there's still limitations of things, but it's okay. So anyway, if we just do the audio, all right, we're looking at, let's say $349 even, if I can find it for that price, and then another $80 for the media mod for the GoPro, and then tax. Shipping is usually covered from wherever you buy it from. Yeah, we're looking at some big dollars. We're talking $400 something just to upgrade my audio. Is it worth it? Convenience wise, it's worth it, but there's hassles with it as well. So, what are you gonna do? What's a person to do? We have been spending quite a bit of money lately, buying odds and ends, household stuff, plus YouTube stuff that's needed to be done. Yeah, I had to upgrade my my Apple storage, my iCloud storage too. I was running out. And the thing with Apple is, yeah, let's turn here. It jumps from, well, I don't know what to give you, 200 gigabytes for, what is it, $2.98 or whatever it is a month, to $10 a month roughly for 1 terabyte. Isn't there anything in between? I mean, they kind of force you to make that big jump, but yeah, I'm running out of space. So I had to make that upgrade, and that's a monthly upgrade. Doesn't sound like much, but added up over to all the months you're going to be doing this for, it adds up. So then I looked at the hard drive space on my new laptop. All of a sudden, I don't know how, but it says that I have applications that are close to like 500 gigabytes worth of size. I don't see how that could be. I didn't add any new applications. My last computer was only a 256 gigabyte hard drive on there, and it worked on there. So how could all of a sudden, just going to the other computer, now I'm at 500 gigabytes with the same software? How did that happen? I don't understand. It's like half of the hard drive is used up already, and I didn't really do anything as far as add new applications. I don't get it. Even looking at the hard drive storage space information on the Apple computer. It doesn't make any sense. When you start adding up the things, it says, okay, you got about 500 gigabytes worth of applications. So I start adding up the applications because it breaks it down for you. It doesn't add up to 500. Where is this all coming in from? I kept thinking, is it data? Is it documents? What is it? And it's not. So who knows? I have no idea how this works out. I may have to go to the Apple store, show them my computer, say, hey, you add it up and you tell me how this comes out to 500 gigabytes. You tell me how this works. I don't get it. I have no idea. Yeah, these are the frustrations we have. Yeah, technical frustrations. So, yeah, I'm just kind of wandering around the neighborhoods just to get outside. It's about 78 degrees, 77, 78 degrees out. It's got a slight cool breeze. It's not so bad. So, yeah, I went out earlier today. I did a review video. Don't know if you'll see this one before the review video or you'll see the review video before you see this one. So, yeah, it's my second time out. Yeah, there are times I actually go out 2 times, more so than just one time. And I'll usually switch bikes. Now, I don't charge the batteries to the other bike until I get back. I don't leave batteries charging when I'm not at home. I'm right there with it. If that thing decides to blow up, I'll be there. Not that I could put out any of those fires, but at least I can call for help, right? You know, the thing is the battery fires, that was the big thing people were always talking about. They're always saying, well, things are dangerous with the batteries. The thing is, a lot of the times when we hear about these battery fires, they're usually from somebody charging it and leaving it charging while they're not around. And they're cheap bikes and cheap batteries, because every time I see these photos of these bikes that's been in the fire, I can't recognize any of those bikes. Sure, it's been charred up, but you can kind of tell, from the design, is that a bike that we might know? Never recognize a single one of them. So I'm thinking these are these cheap bikes that people bring in, cost hardly anything, and then they charge them up and they blow up. One of the reasons why I don't trust inexpensive bikes. I kind of figured the batteries cost a certain amount of money. If the entire bike that they're selling is about the same price as some people sell just their batteries, what does that kind of tell you? Something's up, right? Something's not quite right. So yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I don't review some of the inexpensive bikes. Oh, here's an interesting story. Let me tell you this. I was watching videos, from the other YouTubers, and without mentioning names of the YouTubers or mentioning names of the bikes that they were reviewing, there's just one bike. You might be able to figure it out. It's got a humongous battery on that thing. The bike looks like it's built like a tank. Two of the bigger YouTuber guys had them, and they reviewed them, and yeah, that was offered to me as well. Yeah, I turned them down. I didn't want it. You might be thinking, well, why not? Yeah, I mean, they were going fast. I mean, I think one of the guys were doing close to 50 miles an hour on the thing. Maybe it was more. I don't know. It was ridiculously fast. And I was looking at some other reviews and comments, and some of them were saying that the company wasn't backing up the product and the like when they had problems and the like. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. But beyond that, I kept thinking, is this bike even legal? I mean, we do have a certain limitation, and I know a lot of the bikes that we have here sometimes skate the law too, because they're on the edge of like, okay, it's a little bit faster than it should be, or maybe the wattage of the motor is a little bit more than it should be. This thing was ridiculously way past that. And so, I mean, when I look at it, it's almost like a mini motorcycle. Yeah. It's worth a lot of money. you know, and they were going to give me one for a review, which of course means I get to keep it. But I didn't really want it. I said, I don't see myself riding something like this. Hi. Little girl saying hi to me. I don't see myself riding it, and I don't want to promote it because I don't know whether that's really a safe thing for the average person to really have. So now you look at something like this and then you kind of think, you know, now you're giving up a lot of money. Yeah, but you know, sometimes the principle of the thing is important too, right? I don't want to see somebody get hurt on something like that. And yeah, so I said no to them. It's one of the companies I actually sent a response to and said no. Because first off, you can't pedal that thing. That thing is low to the ground. It's got pedals, but you can't really pedal it. I mean, you'd be squished. That's why I kind of look at it as like, that's basically a motorcycle with a pedal on it that you can't really use too well. It looks like it's built like a tank. I mean, it's very impressive looking, but no. No, I didn't get into this whole thing because of you know, all these fancy bikes. I got into it to fix my knee, and I always try to remind myself that that was your main purpose. That was the reason you did this. That's the reason why you like riding your bike, is because you want the ability to actually ride it as a bike. You know, even though I throttle quite a bit on camera, I do pedal at times, right? I'm pedaling right now. You could never be able. I would never be able to pedal that thing. You know how high I have my my saddle up on the seat post, right? It's way up there. You can't do that with this bike. There's no possible way. Which way have I got to go? Left or right? I don't know. I think left. Never remember which way to go. World's worst navigation person. I can't find my way out of a paper bag. No, sometimes you just got to say no to certain things. You know, on a daily basis, I get a lot of things offered to me to review. I just don't respond to them. I mean, I don't think they know if you respond or you don't, because I think they're just sent out to everybody. They're just blanketly sent out to any influencer out there, hoping that somebody will review their product and show it. And you know, it has nothing to do with the channel. Some of the stuff doesn't either. I mean, like the smartwatches. I mean, it has nothing to do with e-bikes. But no, it's, to me, that's kind of a health-related thing, you know. And I need stuff like that. So I said, yeah. And plus, it's interesting to me. It's electronic stuff's always been interesting to me. So I'll do stuff like that. But I won't be doing things like sunglasses. First off, I wear prescription sunglasses, so I can't even. You know, if you're a sunglass company and you're sending me sunglasses to review, what am I going to do with it? I can't use it. Can't use it, so I'm not going to review it. And other things, water bottles. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that either. Automotive stuff. There's a lot of things, really. I mean, if I wanted to take everything and just review everything that's there, I could do it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. But why would I want to do it? I mean, where would I put all these things? Can't resell it. It's not like a bike. When I review a bike, if I have too many bikes, I will sell off a bike, as you know. I can't keep all of them. I got to sell them all off. More than half of my bikes have been sold, but I still have a lot of bikes. So, yeah, this is not like a bike. The effort to make a video like that is almost as much as effort as doing the bikes. Yeah. You know, the watch reviews takes a long time. It's not something I can do quickly. I have to learn the product. I got to find out, does it work? Does it not work? What does that function do? I got to try it over a certain amount of time just to see, is it consistently good, or is it just, you know, did it just guess that and happen to give me the right measurement for that day? you know what I'm saying? It takes time. So, you know, and that's a product that's, what, $100, $150 in that ranges, right? Versus the bike is a couple $1,000. You know, same amount of effort. So you kind of have to look at that and say, is it worth your time? I mean, if I was in it for the money, I'd take every single bike that they gave me. I'd be really rich right now. I don't do that, as you know. I kind of pick and choose which bikes I want to highlight. And then I always feel like, you know, when I do sell off the bike, I want to make sure that the bike is good before I sell it to somebody. If it's not good, I'm not going to sell it to someone. So, all right, I think that's enough for today. I've ridden quite a bit today. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. We're very close to 200, I keep thinking 200,000. Very close to 20,000 subscribers. Yeah, we're really close to 200,000. It'll take us several years, like 20. It would be a long time to get to 200,000. Anyway, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys next time.